Welcome back to another episode. This is your transparent George, Germany, December.
And this is your astrologer na Sagittarius na si Inye.
And this is whatever the auto caption says na si VP. And welcome to
Tsaastrology, the podcast.
Ang ina transparent George December.
Transparent George, Germany, December.
Ayun. But anyway, welcome to the show where we talk about anything and everything under the sun, moon, and stars. So whether you're a Pisces or an Aries or a Sagittarius, we'll talk about you and your sign when the time comes. Kung kailan yon, ang universe lang ang nakakaalam. Kasi ang topic natin for today ay Seventh House.
Compatibility!
Ito na. Ang pinaka-inaantay nilang lahat. Excited ako mabasa ni Inye kung ano yung sa akin.
Oh, yeah.
Ay, wait. Nga, no. I-check ko pala yung sa.
I am gonna be red to filth kung ano man to. Pero seventh house is the house of partnerships and relationships, diba?
Yeah.
So tingin nyo ba kayo, kamusta kayo in the department of partnerships and relationships?
Ano yung bakit sa department na naman ba yan ng gobyerno na wala namang filter na mangurakot lang naman?
Mangurakot at magpapa-expire ng mga face shields.
Mga magpapaasa lang yung mga ganyan.
Totoo. Ang may karapatan lang po magpaasa sa amin ay pag-asa. Okay?
My seventh house, sabi dito, ay Aquarius.
Huh? Pares tayo 7th house?
Pero Jupiter in Pisces in the 7th house.
Mine is...
Tama ba?
Wait.
Kasi may angles.
I guess angle to.
Oo. Mine is Aquarius eh.
Leo, I think.
You think?
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What does it all mean?
Oh wait, I have Leo placement pala or something. Yay!
Oo, lahat. Yun yung sinasabi namin na lahat may placement sa bawat sign.
Sabi na eh. Anyway, game G. Simulan na natin yan.
Alam mo, feeling ko PPTSD ako dun sa trauma episode.
Akala ko mag-backfire.
Kasi usapang relationships, parang girl. Am I ready to be red to filth? Ayan.
Wala na nga tayong credibility, tapos ito pa yung pag-uusapan natin. Lalo kung walang credibility niya.
Ba't ako maniniwala kay VP about relationships?
Wala like you want to talk?
Diba? Okay lang.
So, na natin ng sponsor namin for this episode.
Oh my God, I want!
Quick. That's your dinner.
It's been so long since I ate quick.
Merienda lang.
Merienda alas 7.
Ako yung tunay na ano dito eh. Ako yung tunay na baboy. VP lang yung pinasatangkalan namin. Talaga.
Ano lang ako front.
Ako talaga yung mata. Ako yung hindi po siya midnight snack. Kasi meron siyang kasunod ng 1 a.m. tapos 2 a.m.
Oh my God.
Grabe.
So, I don't know.
Pero sige na nga, simulan na natin to. 7th house, ang pinaka-kinakatakot kong maratingan na house. The house of relationships or also referred to as the house of partnership. Now, here, in the 7th house, we see a shift away from the self toward another person, which is, in this case, a partner.
Ito yung yung lumalabas na tayo dun sa realm ng self at pumupunta na tayo sa other people. Anywhere.
Outer na.
Pero bawal lumabas.
Alter?
Outer? Ikaw alter. Palibasa doon ka lang nakakahanap ng love. Charot!
Hoy! Walang love doon. Not that I've tried, but feel like.
Have you
Grabe naman siya sa
tried?
mga altar. Siguro naman meron.
Hoy,
Ikaw.
porn lang hinahanap ko doon. Anyway. Ayan. Sabi, purpose is very important to the 7th house. The act of accomplishing something great or small for the self, the partnership, and even society as a whole. Yan. So parang, ano na to, greater good in all of its essence. Tapos, here we become a more valuable member of our world because in the 7th house we make a contribution, and as one small cog in the wheel of life, we have a purpose. Ayun. So hindi lang naman pala jowa. It's really more of relationships with others.
Oh.
Like in general.
Oo. So kung yung Venus mo is how you handle relationships, your 7th house is parang how you are valued in relationships. What is your role in relationships? Ganun.
Top.
Versatile po. Inye, paki-drop. Feeling ko marami nagtatanong.
Kaya nga,
Maraming gusto malaman.
hindi ko nagsasalita eh.
Dili na lang daw siya mag-talk.
Oo. Yan, para malaman po kung ano ang positional preference ni Inye, subscribe kayo sa patreon.com/thebunktH.
Yes, may bayad po yan. May proprietary information po yan.
Oo.
Kaloka.
Ano pa? Hindi ko alam kung saan yung binasa mo.
Sa astrology.com. Pero syempre, ni-reword ko naman para may credibility ng konti. Baka sabihin nila, nagbabasa lang ako, di sana audiobook na lang, hindi podcast pinakinggan nila.
Whatever, pero 7th house, unsurprisingly, correlates to the sign of Libra, which is also the sign of partnership and relationship and flirting.
Akala ko indecision.
Hindi nga sila indecisive. Matagal lang talaga. Hindi sila yung maaasahan mong...
Yeah, because everything has to be well-balanced. So, titingnan muna ng mga
kailangan
options.
i-consider nila lahat ng aspect and
Yes.
lahat ng involved.
True.
Kaya siguro mga 10 years. Kung kaya mo maghintay, 10 years. Anyway.
Wait, kaya daw ni VP maghintay. Ilang taon na ba? 3 years, no?
Matagal-tagal na. So, kaya pa. Kung yung susunod, yun na talaga. Sige. Willing to wait po, mga ma'am, sir.
Well, ang gano'n, yun totoo.
Way to basag may expectations. But ito, sabi naman din dito sa astrology.com, the 7th house also shows us partnerships in all of its forms. So yun nga, hindi lang jowa. It's marriage, business relationships, contracts, legalities, negotiations, agreements, friendships. Yan, na parang any varied relationship. Yes, bakit tayo may bote ng C2 on video? May bayad ba yan?
We're hoping. We're hoping na bayaran.
Oo.
Diba, no? Universal Robina Corporation.
URC, let's go. Charot.
Kapit-bahay lang namin yan.
O, edi katukin mo na, Inye. Now's the time.
Kunin mo yung video, tapos katukin mo, tapos pakita mo lang.
Effective po kami.
Wait, I'll check because nag-present na ako before sa UR eh. So,
I used to have a friend sa URC pero wala na kaming contact eh.
I'll check. Anyway, madali lang naman yan. Going back.
Ayan. So, simulan na natin with the signs, with ano ulit yung signs nyo in the 7th house? Ako, Aquarius.
Leo.
So parehas kami ni Bern in this sense kasi nga nagkatalo dun sa mga angles.
At
Sige, tas
degree,
Leo.
actually.
Degree pala.
Weird though, kasi yung Jupiter in Pisces ko is in the 7th house.
So baka pati, I don't know.
Like, baka
Malalaman
parang
natin yung,
cusp something, ganyan.
oo. Pero ang layo na Aquarius sa Pisces. So paano magkakas?
Tanga magkatabi yun. Aquarius, Pisces,
So,
magkatabi yun.
oo nga, no? Hindi, but I mean, like, paano yun? Like, ano siya?
Like maybe this is Aquarius, this is Pisces. So this is like my 7th house. Tapos nandito yung Jupiter ko sa Pisces side.
Yung Jupiter mo, na supposedly nasa 7th house mo din na placement. Nasa Pisces na siya na side.
Na side, kumbaga. Yung
Oo,
division.
okay. Yun, kasi nga magkakaiba po ang hiwa ng pie chart ng universe.
Oo.
So,
Magkakaiba po ang hiwa.
okay. This is why we're here, because we're also learning with them.
It sounded so wrong.
I know. But sige na nga game, 7th house in Aries, simulan ko na to. So, here, tact is not seen very often in close relationships. There's always something hidden in the culture of conflict that needs to be learned. And the most typical scenario speaks of one's tendency to dismiss the benefits of conflict, avoiding it even though it would be constructive and useful. So si Aries, ayaw niya ng confrontation, ayaw niya ng conflict.
Puro avoidance. Parang hindi maganda
Oo.
yun.
Totoo.
That sounds so unhealthy, eh.
Pag sinisweep under the rug, di ba? So very
Yeah.
ganun si 7th house in Aries. This will represent a challenge in creating clear boundaries in any case of repression. Speak of anger and aggression linked to intimate bonds. So, in a very positive setting, this is a position that points to resourcefulness and vigor of a partner, and strong attraction filled with rich sexual experiences in marriage and serious relationships that a person has. So ayaw niya na yung
Bumawi.
kapag-awa. Oo, dinadaan sa totnakan, gano'n.
Ayaw makipag-argue, idaan na lang sa sa sex.
Oo.
Parang, I wanna punch you on the lips.
In the mouth.
Yan
with my
with
mouth.
mine.
Pero so, so sa 7th house in Aries talagang non-confrontational. Ayaw ng usap, ayaw ng away. Kasi feeling niya, it's just gonna end in conflict, in a mess. So, ang advice actually is that you should learn to accept constructive conflict and set strong boundaries between each other para to lessen endangering one's well-being.
Actually,
Yun. So,
kasi yan eh, that would lead to ano yun? Yung kinikim-kem mo yung galit mo. So eventually, you'll explode because of everything na tinitiis mo lang, tinatago mo. But,
yeah.
So eventually, this will be a bad thing if nire-repress mo siya lagi. So, I think better if at some point you kind of take this head on, whatever problems you're having with your relationship.
Iniisip ko kasi very kabaliktaran ng ugaling Aries. Yun nangyari. Pero I think it's more of, andun yung aggression, and ang lang is, na yun nga, kinikim-kem, tinatago siya or sinasubvert sa ilalim or whatever. Paano man term doon. Kaya kapag lumabas siya, it's not a good way to argue for them. Parang gano'n.
Yeah.
So, kung 7th house in Aries ka, what's like the best way to avoid conflict but at the same time resolve issues? Kasi
Open
hindi mo
communication, I guess.
True. Learn how to communicate your feelings because your feelings are valid. Ganon.
You are valid. You are
Hello, life coach.
Yes, Inye. may bayad po ang life coaching, pero sa Tsaastrology, libre lang.
Yes.
Libre
So,
lang.
sulat na sa Dear Tsaa.
Oo, tama.
Okay.
Ayun. Next naman tayo, 7th house in
Go.
Taurus.
The
Inya,
seventh
ikaw na
house
to.
in
Sige,
Taurus,
Bern.
there is always a challenge of two sides of Venus in the field of relationship. Taurus is a sign of practical values and grounded earthly beauty, sometimes too simple for blue-blooded individuals turn to find sensitive outer beauty. Ano, hindi ko naintindihan. But the seventh house is corresponding to the sign of Libra, and as such speaks of outer beauty, makeup, pose, and vanity in its challenges. When these two extremes coincide, envy will easily come to the surface and matters of balance will be emphasized. Once again, relationships can become vain and judgmental, typical for those who weren't told often enough how pretty they are in all their glory. It is of it is of utmost importance for outer and inner beauty to connect in one whole so that all relationships in a person's life can become truly enjoyable and filled with sensual physical contact and intimacy, which are provided by Taurus when matters of Venus are settled. Okay, wait. So si Taurus, internal, practical beauty, ganyan. Tapos, papasok siya ngayon kay 7th house, ruled by Libra, which is more on outer beauty, physical beauty, or like aesthetic beauty. Ngayon, kapag si Taurus nandoon, nagkakaroon ng jealousy, kumbaga. Especially kapag hindi na express maayos.
Validate.
Nava-validate yun. Pag
So,
hindi
pag
na-validate yung...
So, pag ang jowa mo ay 7th house in Taurus, kailangan binavalidate mo.
Lagi.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Kailangan DTI representative ka.
For validation. Or parking attendant. Pwede
Or
din yun.
parking attendant.
Para i-validate yung Pero, yung pagkakaintindi ko din sa 7th house in Taurus means, kailangan even in non-sexual or parang hearty relationships, na-validate din sila. Like, even in like work or friendships, kailangan alam nila yung value nila.
Yeah, I guess that's how it is. Like in business, ganyan, they always have to be ang tawag doon?
Praised? Ano?
Like where they stand. Kumbaga, parang kailangan ma-reinforce lagi sa kanila. Where they stand in a certain relationship.
Ano ba to? What is this? It's a business partnership. Ganyan. So, kailangan may label.
Oo, kailangan may label.
Tatanungin nila. Ito yung mga lagi nagtatanong ng am I pretty? What are we? What am I to you?
Maganda ba yung gawa ko? Let me know. Tell me.
Ano ba tayo? Ganyan.
Parang nakakapagod siya.
Yes,
true. Pero, so, I think din yung sinabi nga dito na it can become truly enjoyable and filled with sensual physical contact and intimacy. So, kailangan yung Venus mo din medyo nagko-complement sa 7th house in Taurus mo.
The inner and the outer has to connect.
So, ano yan? Beauty on the inside, beauty on the outside, ganon?
Parang ganon.
Paano pag hindi?
Wala na tayong magagawa.
Ang sad.
Pumili ka na lang kung ano yung mas maganda. Yung labas o yung loob. Diba?
Maganda ba siya? Mabait.
Maganda ba siya? Matalino naman.
Mabuti ang kalooban.
Magalang. Super.
Para siyang buko. Malinis ang loob.
Ang lala.
Diba? Malinis ang kalooban.
So sa mga 7th house in Taurus, dyan, good luck na lang. We found our first casualty pagdating sa relationships.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
next
Sila nga
tayo.
ba yung
7th house in
casualty o yung
Gemini.
magiging jowa nila yung casualty?
Both.
So unfortunate
Nakakapagod.
for both, nakakapagod.
Oo.
Isang
Sige,
malaking good
game.
luck.
I know, right?
Game, Gemini naman tayo. Inye.
Okay. If the seventh house is set in Gemini, there is obviously a lot of talk about in this lifetime. This is a
Duh.
person who sees. Oh wait, this is a person who sees communication as key to any situation at hand. Closeness is reached through conversations. People are met at social gatherings, and the image of a talkative friend is often too accented. So, kailangan ang mga relationship nila dinadaldal sila ganon.
Oo. Hindi pwedeng manahimik.
So, Gemini. This can lead to detachment and one's inability to create true intimate contact, especially if the moon is not strong enough to handle the mental capacity of a person.
Kawawa naman. So, paano kung Pisces moon ka tapos 7th house in Gemini ka? Eh di wala na, girl. Puro
Nope.
pangarap
Nope.
na lang lahat.
Mhm. Nope.
Wala tuloy ako. It is, natawa ako doon. It is always important to work on the emotional state when this is the case. For only deep emotion, forgiveness, and childish joy can make this Gemini partner as happy and light as it is supposed to be. Lastly, in many cases,
Mm.
this is a position that speaks of multiple marriages, often as a consequence of overthinking combined with strange mental spontaneity, kakairita, while not in sync with one's heart. Oh my God.
Si Henry
Kawawa.
VIII ba to? Henry VIII?
So, lahat ba ng may mga concubine in that era? 7th house in Gemini.
Feeling ko Henry VIII. Kasi, di ba? Anne Boleyn,
Oo.
Catherine of Aragon.
Grabe yung multiple marriages. Daming kabit.
Oh my God. Haliparot, charot.
Oo.
Hindi nga to ano eh.
Alam mo yung kantang kabit? Ano nga yun? Yung,
Yun.
yung pinapatugtog sa
Tan,
mga
tan, tan,
pedicab. Oo.
Ay, yung normally sa kubaw-kubaw ni Jeep.
Oo,
Oo.
yung gagong rapper
Kasama siya sa
featuring
ano.
Kyla. Pero ibang
Oo.
Kyla yun.
Kasama siya sa ano. Sa Kogyo remix.
Oo. Yung rap, oh my God. Yung nahanap kay lyrics.
Kubaw Kogyo
Ay,
mix.
sakit naman, isipin na. Sa puso mo, ako'y pangalawa. This is the perfect song for the 7th house in Gemini.
God.
Paano yun? Walang divorce sa Pilipinas. So, paano na yung multiple marriages mo? Anal na lang.
Concubinage. Concubinage. Concubinage na po. Pero ayun nga, no? Sabi dito, very typical. They need to talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Can we
that,
talk about it?
baka that's the way to their heart, ganon.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And most of the time naman, any Gemini placement.
Actually, it's conversations that really get them going. If you're interesting kausap, kanon. So ang hirap umasawa ng 7th house in Gemini. Kasi kailangan laging interesting kang kausap. You have to
Otherwise,
be kabet ka na lang, girl.
So
maybe that's
iniisip,
the reason why.
so
Kasi they're always...
pag intimate ba sila, madaldal din ang Gemini, ang 7th house.
Oo.
Yeah,
They talk about the news while having sex, ganon.
Parang, Alam mo, alam mo 20,000 yung cases ngayon.
Parang
20,000
nakaka-turn
million
off
yung cases
naman.
ngayon.
Alam mo ba, 15 billion pesos daw yung nanakaw sa atin ng ano.
Mga ganun. Nakita mo yung
Habang
signage dun sa Dolomite Beach?
walang space.
Walang social
Habang
distancing.
kumakas. Ang puta. Parang ang lungkot-lungkot nitong mga readings ng 7th house.
Parang walang
This
masaya.
is like, oo. Parang the 7th house is basically why you don't make a good jowa. Ayan. So alam niyo naman natin kung bakit pangit na jowain ang mga 7th house in Cancer. So here, there's a lot left in the field of relationships from our ancestors and family. Eto na naman tayo, Cancer. It is almost impossible to separate one's personal goals and bonds formed with other people from those of parents and close family members that presented role models in the person's upbringing. Yun nga, ito, as in, si Cancer talaga, kapag yung house in Cancer mo, talagang pamilya muna, no?
Wait, so ito yung mga taong naghahanap ng relationship na kapareho nung
I think so.
like family role models, ganyan.
Yeah.
Oo.
Like father
Or parang
figures, mother figures, ganyan.
Oo,
Yeah.
someone who would remind them of their lola na nag-alaga sa kanila nung bata pa sila, ganon.
Kinda creepy, but okay.
Yep. And then, with this position, ego and personality have to be well defined, and the son needs to be nurtured through creative activities and a thorough approach to the child within. Ang daming ano, ang daming may checklist, ang daming standards.
I'm gonna heal this pattern. Oh no, it has roots in my subconscious.
Oo. All this person needs is awareness of their true core and specifics of personality that set them apart from family members and values learned at home. So yun nga, parang yung relationship na hinahanap nila is really anchored on how they were brought up, how they were
How they were
raised.
raised.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I think ayun yung idealized version nila of on how a relationship should be. So, ang
Oo.
tendency nila is to look for someone who would remind them of that particular ideal.
Oo.
Buti pa yung
Of
beef.
parang, bakit?
Yung beef kasi yung problema lang niya how they were raised.
Hindi how they are raised. How they are
Raised
raised.
lang.
Kainis.
And lastly, when partners are chosen in accordance with one's sensibility and character, relationships will be filled with tenderness, emotion, and intimacy, leading to a healthy family life and functional marriages that last. So, I think,
Mm.
napag-usapan ko to with a couple of friends lately na parang some people don't grow up with role models in their lives. Like, some people were raised by possibly just the worst kind of parents there is. But lumalaki sila ng tama because in their heads, ang iniisip nila, I don't want to be that person. So ito yung epitome, parang si 7th house in Cancer yung epitome of that. Na how I
Parang
was
ako.
raised, is the kind of relationship that I want to apply to
And I
myself.
mean, your role models growing up does not necessarily mean they're good role models. Like they
Or
could be
that
role
they're
models for something na hindi mo gagawin or you don't want to
role
be.
models of what you shouldn't be.
Yeah, ganun.
Mm. Grabe, ba't ganun yung mga Cancer?
Nakakapagod yung
Laging,
ano, nakakapagod yung kay Cancer kasi parang it had to
daming
be like his
standard.
lolo, mga ganyan.
Oo.
Nakakapagod siya for the partner of whoever the seventh house
Oo.
in Cancer is
Yeah.
because
Mm.
the partner would most likely be ang tawag nito, compared to someone within
Yes.
that family. So,
Oo.
uh, I think sa kanya manggagaling yung never good enough.
Never,
Never
never.
enough. Pero, well, I guess you just have to find someone with the same psychological makeup as that role model. 'Di ba? Pero may mga gano'n, na parang, ang hinahanap ko kasi yung mag-alaga parang yung alaga ng nanay ko or alaga ng tatay ko. There are people like that, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So, ang mahirap lang is that ito yung expectation ni 7th house in Cancer from the get-go.
Yeah.
Kasi umpisa pa lang parang, "Ay sorry, we can't do this anymore." "Bakit? You don't remind me of my lolo."
I'm sorry sayote ginamit mo sa sa tinola.
I think
Oo, ang lola ko naniniwala na papaya. So,
Papaya. Kaya
this
talaga
can't happen.
This,
wait, I think this is why people with 7th house in Cancer has to be aware of
yes.
their true core kasi it's
Mm.
doon nila malalaman kung ano talaga yung gusto nila in life, not
Yung
just
sabi nga dito,
compare whatever the ideal.
Mm.
Awareness of their true core and specifics of personality that set them apart from family
Yeah.
members. So yung
Oo.
sila, hindi yung kung sino man sa family nila. So if
Yes.
they
Oo.
know that, if yung partner na ma-choose nila is according to their own sensibility based dun sa core nila, then that's better, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mm.
Pero
Yun,
otherwise, kung hindi sila aware,
luck.
tanungin mo na kagad kung ano yung tinola nila. Sayote ba, papaya, o ano,
Papaya. Oo.
malunggay ba, o dahon ng sili. Mga ganyan.
Hoy, ako I would say dahon ng sili kasi pumapait yung malunggay,
You know what,
pag
both.
na-mash. Yun namang salad yung tinola.
Both, para walang away.
Yeah.
True.
Tapos
Okay.
sayote tsaka papaya, tapos make them guess nila.
Putang surprise! Anong ginamit mo dito? Sayote o papaya? Try mo muna.
Is this sayote or papaya, or it's for me to know and for you to find out?
Okay, nako. Alam mo, so far apat na signs pa lang tayo pero parang ito na talaga. I am confirming 7th house is bakit mahirap kang karelasyon.
Ito yung things that you should be aware of yourself.
Or bakit wala
In
kang
a relationship.
jowa?
Sobrang
Totoo.
nag-react si VP.
Hindi, gusto ko antayin yung akin eh.
Okay, para makausad tayo. Doon na tayo sa... Ako pala to.
7th
Seventh house in Leo. With the 7th house in Leo, all relationships depend solely on a person's ability to find middle ground and the point of agreement with others instead of compromising senselessly and going to extremes of doing and not doing what others want. Okay.
Inyete ba ikaw to?
Yeah. It sounds good. What? It means I know how to compromise.
You
The
should
main
know how to
challenge-
compromise.
The main challenge of Leo, 7th house in Leo, hides in oneness found in connection with the rest of the human race. What? And ano to? And since this already puts an emphasis on an ascendant in Aquarius, this is always hard to reach as an innovative, strange, and special individual. These people need confident partners who don't take things too personally and have to discover ways in which they can function as one with those who are less rational and far fierier than they seem to be. There is no authority in we, and for as long as they realize that respect has to be unconditional and flowing both ways equally, they will form healthy bonds filled with warmth. Wait, ang interesting nito kasi, the 7th house in Leo says na you have to like consider everyone else and compromise.
Mm.
Kabaliktaran ng Leo na
Ang
very
Leo.
selfish, me, myself, ako lang. This is what I want.
Oo.
Yeah, but I also get from this is I think in relationship they value individuality. Um,
Ah,
yeah, so but there has to be a level of respect, and if that
Mm.
yeah,
happens, it
diba?
could be something good. Yeah. So,
Mm.
di ba
Kaya nga
maganda?
kaya nga kailangan ni seventh house in Leo or partners who are always confident and
Yeah.
don't take things too personally kasi parang yun yung ano mo, yun talaga yung way of expression mo eh. So they have
Yeah.
to understand and be able to read between the lines para hindi sila maapektuhan as partners.
Yeah, and I
'Di ba?
think yung hindi, kailangan yung partners nila is hindi yung tipong clingy
Yeah,
too
bawal
much.
clingy. Yeah.
Like,
Dapat
no,
ano
no,
to?
no, no. You have to have your own life. You have to be
Yes.
okay with being yourself without me, doing
Mm.
things without me, or
True.
Mm.
vice versa, ganyan.
Yeah. Which
You have to
Mm.
have your own
yeah,
self.
which sounds like a healthy relationship.
Which sounds very Leo.
Sure, Inye. Sure. Palibhasa pabor sa'yo eh.
Confirmation bias.
Again,
Oo.
like always.
The confirmation bias is strong in this one.
But
Pero ayun nga parang
but reality is it's personally, I
mm,
love that kind of relationship. Um, if people would actually could actually get this kind of relationship, I think it's gonna be a good lasting relationship because there's
yeah.
individuality. For me, kasi it's individuality in a relationship is very important. Kasi pag
Yeah.
doon ka nawawala pag nawala yung
Yeah.
individuality mo. Ayun yung eventually
Mm.
ayun pag nawala kasi yung individuality mo, ayun yung hindi ko nakilala ang sarili ko, ganon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So,
And
yeah.
that's hard. Kasi ang mangyayari is, you'll be steering for two people now.
Mm.
Diba? Instead of,
Mm.
like, sabay kayong nagsisteer towards that, wherever you're going. Ganyan, diba?
Yeah. Hindi, saka yun nga eh, it's not just individuality but also compromise. So you
Yeah.
know when you should step forward, you know when you should step back, 'di ba? And tama naman, it should apply to all relationships din. But ayun, kung gusto niyo ng perfect na jowa, sabi nga ni Inye,
Hey,
yeah.
I never said that. Again, ikaw ang nagsabi niyan, ha? You can play this back, and I never said that.
It was implied. Charot, charot lang. Joke lang. May
Game, next
confirmation
na.
bias talaga. Oh, game. 7,000 Virgo naman. Inye.
Nautin mo na yung mga Virgo.
The seventh house, set in the sign of Virgo, speaks of humility and brings focus to the matters of criticism, the ability to find satisfaction in the real world, and form relationships that don't have to be perfect in order to last. In fair, this is kind of
Mm.
opposite of how a Virgo normally is.
Actually,
Excuse me?
wag ka magreklamo. Alam mo naman ang dealing with Virgo
Hello.
placements is like being in The Voice.
Oo. Kailangan. May, ching, I want you. Ganon.
Diba?
Next, there is always something that needs to be fixed in the sign of Virgo, and this position will make a person look for something impossible to reach in many cases, or make them settle for less than they deserve out of feelings of guilt, incompetence, and a simple lack of self worth.
Kawawa. Pero hindi ako 7,000 Virgo.
Alam mo, iniisip ko kanina, wow, it sounds good ha, and then,
And then, so
That
kung
went
si
south
Leo
too fast.
nagko-compromise, si Virgo, 7th house in Virgo, nag-overcompensate naman.
And next,
Oo.
and they have the tendency to settle for less than what they
Oo.
deserve. Oh my god. I thought it was a good read.
No, apparently not.
All unhealthy issues will tend to accumulate here. So this is a house that needs a lot of cleansing, constructive efforts, and changes in order to reach the state which satisfy the dreamy first house in Pisces. Matters of fate
Okay.
and disappointments greatly depend on the story of Venus, for one obviously needs to set reasonable expectations through dealing with other people. Again, alam mo, ang ganda ng simula.
Oo.
And then
Parang
it went down.
humility, and criticism, and then
Wait, this makes sense. Kasi dun sa wheel chart, the seventh house is directly katapat ng first house, which is the ascendant. Kaya pala yun yung
mm,
tinitignan din. Kasi
oo,
it's how the self relates to others.
to others. Oo.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yun yung katapat niya kasi. Okay, get.
But yeah, something ang hirap naman if ang tawag nito, if hindi ka nagse-settle, kung hindi ka magse-settle down for something less, hindi makukuha yung expectations mo.
Yeah,
Oo.
I think nothing is perfect enough for
So,
them.
so 7th
Yeah.
house in Virgo, you will never be satisfied.
This is your curse. You will never be happy.
In terms of relationship, how's your relationship? Okay lang.
Ganun siya.
Ganon. Ganon na ganon. Like, okay lang in a sense na, yeah, okay lang talaga siya. Like, pwede na. Hindi siya
Oo.
perfect.
O kaya pag tinanong ko, kunyari may jowa, kunyari si VP may jowa, ganon. If you can change something sa partner mo, no, ano yon? Ang sagot ng 7th house in Virgo, marami. So,
Ang
huwag
sagot
natin
ng seventh house,
pag-usapan.
sagot ng seventh house in Virgo, mag-unfurl siya ng scroll na mahaba.
or
Where
or
should
pag
I
tinanong,
start?
or pag tinanong, anong gusto mong ipalit sa jowa mo? Lahat. Siya mismo. Gusto ko malita.
Minor
Okay naman siya
revisions
eh.
lang naman.
Putang minor revisions. Naka-JO pero buhay mo yung naka-job order.
Oo. Minor revisions lang naman, change concept.
Oo. Change concept, change personality, try to revisit your upbringing. Mga ganun yung revision.
Grabe na there really is a tendency for Virgos to fix things
Yeah, a
To be
lot.
to be able to change a lot of things.
or to change things, ganyan.
Mm.
Or parang,
I,
chill!
oh my God. I
Oo.
think these are the people in relationship na malakas ang need for control.
Oo.
Mm.
Buti na lang
Ganun
Virgo
talaga
sun
kapag,
lang ako.
ganun talaga yung mga Virgo placements eh. They need
Mm.
control. Kaya nga yung iba, di ba, nag-declare ng martial law 20 years.
Oo. Gusto ng
Para
control.
yung control.
Ganyan. Okay, next tayo. 7th house in Libra naman. So, this is a natural position of the 7th house kasi nga Libra governs the 7th house. So, leading to a natural approach to relationships, marriage, and an ability to be tactful and diplomatic towards others, no matter if they are our friends or enemies. Perfect. But ganon. People born with the 7th house in Libra have a natural ability to choose those who mirror their core personality. However, the sign of Libra carries its challenges in relation to the sun and always presents a test when it comes to holding on to our personality as we get intimately involved with others. Ito na. So, ito yung mga tao na nalulose or they lose themselves in relationships. Burn,
Ooh.
bakit ka? Anong problema natin?
Ito yung sinasabi ni Inya kanina na kung wala kang individuality, you lose
Wala.
yourself in the
Oo.
music, in the moment, you own it.
Oo.
You
You
better
better
never let
You
it
never
go.
let it go.
You only
You
got
only got one
one
shot. Do not
Now
get the
it's your
chance to
chance.
vote.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better.
You better. Ayun. So, pero nagigets ko eh. So si 7th house in Libra, yung mga tipo ng tao na kapag nagka-jowa, wala nang friends, wala nang mundo, wala nang
Yeah.
personality. Wawa naman. Ayun, tapos
Ito yung
meron pa.
no,
Oh, yung?
mundo'y magiging ikaw, ganyan.
Oo.
My life
Gaano ba kalaki
revolves
yung
around
ginawa
you.
mo? Ba't
Oh my
naging mundo mo
God.
na siya? Yun. Sabi, the good thing coming with this position is in the ability to separate social from personal life, but a rational approach can be damaging for the heart, and emotions need to be cherished, and respected at all times. Cherished and respected at all times. The institution of marriage often becomes important over time, and these individuals tend to grow from confidently solitary lovers to married, faithful partners for better or for worse. Alam mo, pinakulay lang nila yung sulat, pero it really says na ito yung tipong tao na nagdi-dissolve into their partner or their relationship.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, it's probably what some people want
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
life,
I mean, it's
diba?
not bad, but
it's not bad.
may friends ka pa rin.
Yeah.
Hindi lang siya ang buhay mo. May sarili kang buhay, may kaibigan ka, ganon.
Mm.
Eh,
I
yun
mean,
nga,
parang,
parang ang maganda daw doon is separated in social and personal life, which is okay.
yeah.
But I
Pero,
think ang extreme nun is yung too much separation na nag-ano na siya sa yung ano lang, relationship lang niya with
oo,
that person.
na yun na
Diba?
lang, nagsettle na siya doon.
Yung
Correct.
tipong kada gising sa umaga nung tao, aking sinta, ikaw na ang tahanan at mundo.
Ang sad
Yes,
lang,
unique.
alam mo, ang sad lang nila pag iniwanan sila ng jowa nila.
Yeah.
Oh my
Bigla.
God.
Ito
Kasi
yung mga
wala
ano,
na.
sila yung mga nalolost kapag nag-break.
Oo.
Diba? Like, ano na gagawin ko?
Wala na ako, wala na siya, hindi na ako kumpleto.
Saka
Mama mo hindi kumpleto.
Sila yung mga kaibigan mo na ano, na pag nakipag-break yung jowa nila, babalik na lang sila. Ang sasabihin mo lang, break na kayo, no. Sila yun.
Oo, yung kapag nagparamdam na ulit, wala na, no?
Yan, oo.
Sabi na
Yeah.
sa ay, lolokohin ka lang yan.
Tumama. Tumama sa inuman. Pag ganyan.
May ano to, may problema to, ganon.
Oo.
Wawa. Yun lang masasabi ko.
Wawa.
Wawa.
Nakakainis yung
Ayan.
ganito.
Okay,
Game.
next tayo. Go.
Ikaw yan.
Scorpio. Kakabasa ko lang, girl.
Ay, ako
na
pala,
si
sorry.
Virgin. Ayan,
Sorry na.
you better lose yourself in the moment you own it.
I lost myself in the reading. I own it. The 7th house set in the sign of Scorpio. Ultimate intimacy is needed in order for the person to find satisfaction. This is a position very hard to please, and the nature of the first house already shows the ability to create tender intimacy and closeness. Ano nga ba ang katapat ng Scorpio? Taurus.
So Taurus first house ka.
So Taurus first house. So yung first house though already shows the ability to create tender intimacy and closeness, usually dismissed and diminished by others. The trick to finding happiness with this position, such as this one, with the position such as this one, hides in the moon's pool of emotion, love for self, and the ability to forgive, forget, and make changes. I don't forgive, forget.
Hello, forgive and let
Susupa
go, yun
kita
lang
hanggang
totoo.
mamatay ka. Mga ganyan.
Grabe siya.
And the ability to forgive, forget, and make changes when the right time for them comes. So once this person sets deserved satisfaction on the top of their priority ladder, things will become easier, and ties to other people will fade while a healthy relationship with their own life, decisions, and choices becomes imperative. Until then, jealousy and possessive relationships are inevitable while happiness becomes this distant light seen from the underground ruled by Scorpio.
Oh my God. So, ito yung mga
Sasabi,
clingy.
oo, sasabihin ko pa naman, ay, ang ganda ng basa. Tapos biglang, jealousy and possessive relationships.
Mm-mm.
Ito yung mga jowang magme-message sa mga sa boss mo para tanungin kung nandiyan ba talaga siya. Ganon.
What?
VP.
I-check ko nga baka 7th house in
Oo
Scorpio
nga,
siya.
check mo. Baka 7 house nga siya in
Ano yung
Scorpio.
mga habang natutulog ka, check yung phone mo.
Oo.
Oh my God!
Ang-
Pero ito na naman tayo, no? Like, talagang hindi walk in the park ang Scorpio.
Scorpio. Oo.
It might be a walk in the park again. It's
But
Jurassic
it's
Park
Jurassic
Part 2,
Park.
The Lost World.
Oo.
The Lost World.
Oo, 'di ba? Ang ang hirap lang nito kasi yung moon mo din yung nagbibigay sa'yo ng advantage or detriment. So if your moon is highly emotional, you have a tendency to be more jealous and possessive talaga. But if your moon is rational, nababalance out niya kahit papaano yung 7th house in Scorpio mo.
Yeah,
So,
parang kung 7th house in Scorpio ka, kailangan mong alamin kung nasan yung moon sign mo kasi nandoon yung key to your happiness.
oo. Or to your buhay ng tahimik, ganyan.
Oo, ganyan.
Ang
Otherwise,
hirap.
What I can say
otherwise nga
though,
daw.
hindi
Ano na?
bagay ang 7th house in Scorpio with 7th house in Leo.
I know, hindi.
Oo.
Hindi.
Masusulasok si 7th house in Leo.
Yeah. So,
Kawawa.
so
Parang
iwas-iwas.
ano,
Mm. Alam
ano
niyo na
yan?
kapag may jowa, hindi lang sun sign at Venus sign compatibilities ang titignan. 7th house compatibility din.
Oo.
And if you wanna know yours, message nyo lang po si VP.
Bakit ako?
Kasi wala naman po siyang jowa, wala po siyang ginagawa.
Grabe siya.
Preno
Ako
naman
na
ng
nga yung
onte.
ako na nga yung bunso, ako lang yung walang jowa. Well, fine. I get it.
Pero yeah, ayun. So parang you have to deal with your 7th house in Scorpio, and you have to know which
Hmm.
things make you happy, because if not, you're a jealous and possessive bitch.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Game next.
Ayan. Okay, next. 7th house in Sagittarius. Go in niya.
If the 7th house is set in Sagittarius, the mutable nature of it interferes with one's ability to form lasting relationship. There is there is always something unreachable set in this distant sign, and the inability to materialize desires often leads to long distance relationship or simply bonds with people who aren't stable, close, intimate, or those who are already taken.
So, ikaw yung manunulot. Ikaw yung kabet.
Ass.
ma- malanditong sa mga 7th house in Sag.
Totoo.
With Sagittarius, there is always a philosophy that leads to certain events, and this position will simply materialize convictions. In the practical sense, we can understand this best through an example of a person who lives convinced that all people from of the opposite sex are not to be trusted. Grabe. Ang tindi ng trust issue nito, ha? This is...
Well, it did mention people of the opposite sex, but what about the same sex?
Oo.
Diba? Oo. Yung mga ganun ano lang daw, pang mga one night stand, charot.
Hindi, feeling ko heteronormative writing lang to, but
Yeah.
it says of the kind of person, or parang you look at that person of that sex, kung sino, ano man yung preference mo, to be not trusted. So kung 7,000 Sagittarius ka tapos you're bi or pan, wala ka nang pinagkakatiwalaan.
Good luck, diba?
Grabe.
Kasi
Walang
lahat sa...
relasyon. Tigilan natin yung kalokohan ng mga relasyon.
Trust no one.
Lahat sila manloloko.
Totoo.
Wait, to move from repetitive choices, the person needs to learn and widen their perspective until they realize what sort of inner change can lead to a more satisfying environment. So kailangan... you were saying, you were
Akala,
gonna say something.
akala ko to move from repetitive choices, mag-download ka na ng Blood. Dahil done for sure, marami kang choices.
Yes.
Totoo.
Maybe maraming pwedeng repeat doon. Pero yeah, marami kang choices, marami kang pwedeng
Hindi na to bayad, ha?
Oo. From experience na lang to.
Hindi na to paid advertisement.
Marami pang mag-o-offer ng massage sa'yo.
At maging sugar baby.
In fair, si VP, mabenta doon as sugar
Uy,
baby.
may nag-message sa akin twice doon. Naghahanap sila ng sugar baby. I'm like, dude, I'm 35. Hardly a baby.
Well, what if they're 60?
That's
You're
the
still the
point.
baby.
That's not what I want.
Ayun, pero si 7,000 Sagittarius yung makalat in relationships, no?
Yes,
so.
ito yung... I want to know if Taylor Swift is a 7,000 Sagittarius.
Hindi naman yata because she's a Sagittarius. I don't think she's a a Capricorn or something rising. Anong rising ng 7th house? Basta yun. Aries?
Katapat ng Sag ay Gemini.
Pwede.
So, magiging
So
Gemini first
Gemini
house.
rising.
I think pwede.
Okay.
We don't know. Let's see.
We'll see. We'll check. Ayan. Sige, move on na tayo kay 7th house in Capricorn. Kasi na-excite ako papalapit dun sa 7th house namin ni Bern eh. Because I wanna know if there is a pattern. Ayan. But anyway, 7th house in Capricorn muna. Yeah. This often speaks of restrictions in characters that are hard to combine with one's core personality. It gives a certain sense of responsibility and patience towards other people. With enough rest and solitude, this is someone who can predict other people's behavior and approach them in a way that makes everyone feel protected and safe. Ay, taray. The main challenge here is in breaking all walls around the heart of the chart's owner and people in their life. So ito yung if you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends, my family, and my former coworkers. Ganon. Kasi lahat kailangan
Former
daanan.
co-worker.
Kasama yun. Hindi kasi, yun nga parang you have to break not just their walls, but the walls of the people in their life. So anyone they value. Every hurt will reflect in the inability to form a close relationship. And memories tend to distract a person from building a future they wish for. Hindi marunong mag-let go.
Actually, I was about to say, ang advice sa kanila, let it go, girl. Let it go.
Get over it, honey. Kawawa. Ba't lahat tayo parang kawawa sa 7th house reading? Anyway, to continue, if there is guilt involved and they think they have made too many mistakes, these individuals could even give up on love, thinking they don't deserve it or they are unworthy of those who'd make them truly happy. Ayoko na. Ang kawawa, sorry, na 7th house in Capricorn. Bakit ka ganyan? And lastly,
No,
go,
no,
go,
go, go.
Bern. Last, each lesson learned here has to be deep and complete, while one has to always make progress, overcoming the static need to stand in one place, tied to those who don't make them smile. So, yun nga, sila yung may tendency na mag-give up on love, na parang ayoko na nito. Yung mga jaded, gano'n.
Uh,
Love, hindi totoo yan. Ganyan.
That's such a Capricorn thing to say.
Oo. Sobra.
Love mo mga mo kung hindi ko yung pwedeng pagkakitaan, wag na lang. Kung gastos lang din yan, never mind.
Has. Gano'n. Ang hirap naman ka-bonding na tong 7th house in Capricorn. Pero yun, basically,
Actually, parang lahat ng 7th house, ang hirap ka-bonding.
totoo. Yun nga, 7th house yung reason kung ba't mahirap kang ka-bonding at mahirap kang mahalin.
Yeah. Nalagay ko yun sa
Yan.
descript.
Mahirap mahalin.
Mahirap
Pero,
kang kaban.
I guess when you're a 7th house in Capricorn, it's really about not asking too much of your partner to make you give up on love. Parang wag mong sayangin yung opportunity. Really go deep and intindihin mo yung situation before you say na hindi ako naniniwala sa love, hindi totoo yun. Ganon.
This makes for
Sila
a 7th house in Capricorns. This makes for a very good rom-com. On Star
Actually,
Cinema levels
Yeah.
din yan.
oo. Na parang si sino pa ba nasa Star Cinema?
Mga tipong,
Wala na si
isang babaeng
Bea.
hindi naniniwala sa pag-ibig. Mahahanap pa
Oo.
kaya niya ang kanya.
Feeling ko Ann Curtis.
Ganon,
Yan,
Ann
Ann
Curtis.
Curtis.
Or
and
Angelica
someone.
Panganiban. Ganyan.
Yeah, oo,
Oo.
Angelica. Hindi na naniniwala sa love. Ganon.
Diba?
O nga,
That
naku,
thing called tawanan.
try natin siyang i-guest.
Pwede ba natin
Oo nga,
harbatan si
Universe.
Angelica?
Oo.
Baka naman. Diba? Tanong natin kung anong 7th house niya. Tignan nga natin kung applicable.
Wait, by the way, speaking of celebrities in their 7th house, chinek ko si Taylor Swift, 7th house in Gemini. Sagittarius siya, 1st house.
So, 7th house in Gemini.
Yeah.
Kailangan
So
nila.
obviously that's why she's able to write those many
Kaya nga
like
eh.
songs. Oo.
Exactly. She has to communicate that. She has to talk about it. If not, bumabaliw siya.
Oo.
Yan, okay.
Grabe.
Ito na.
Game next. Aquarius,
Ito
ito na.
na,
Time to
atin
shine
na.
na natin.
The 7th house in Aquarius is a sign that speaks of divorce and separation. Yun na yun eh, VP. We don't need to That's it.
Tigil na natin.
Kaya pala. Tama na to. This has been your Tsaastrology na Virgo.
Thank you so much for listening to the episode.
Kaya pala.
That's it. That's all we needed to know. Okay. Aquarius is a sign that speaks of divorce and separation, as well as oppositions that are combined in perfect harmony in nature around us, whatever that means. When the system is balanced and the person has an equal perception of their self and others, this is a liberating sign that will bring a lot of excitement, joy, and constant surprises. While emotions tend to spark every now and then, creating fireworks in their love life, kasi ang katapat ng Aquarius ay Leo. So Leo rising.
Ay pares ka
Oh,
pala
that
Leo
makes
rising.
sense. We're Leo risings. Still, Aquarius comes after Capricorn, and its basis is cold and generic, while the mental nature of Aquarius doesn't help emotional closeness. This is much less a challenge of honesty towards others, but rather a challenge of honesty toward oneself.
Niloloko lang pala natin sarili natin, Bert.
we, we need to understand that partners show as unstable simply because of this person's inner need to reflect in people who are different and on the move. So nagpo-project tayo. We tell them na silang mali. Well, in fact, tayo ang may problema.
Tayo may problema. Tama nga yung description. We are the problem.
We are the problem, VP. We are the problem.
Yoko na.
Kaya pa.
I quit astrology.
Closeness has to come from the deepest core of the heart. And with the strongly set moon, this is the seventh house that fills everyone around this person with excitement and beauty. Otherwise, never mind.
Oo.
Oh my God. First line pa lang eh.
Oh. You wanted
First is
to
a sign
know.
that speaks of divorce and separation. That's it. So, ayun, VP. Alam na natin.
Oo, now we know. Diyos ko, Lord. Sige na nga.
Pag sinabi po namin ni VP na it's not you, it's me, totoo po yan. Maniwala po kayo sa amin.
It's really us. Sabi talaga, we are the problem.
Don't say it's cliche because it's true. We are the problem. Ay.
Ay, ayoko na. Tama na. Next na. 7,005.
Wait.
This is a lot to take in, okay?
Na-validate nga yung sinasabi kong si VP lang talaga yung problema. I love
Oo.
it.
Oh my God. Alam mo, no wonder it's easy to accept.
Okay, gets ko na, yeah. Really am the problem. So, kailangan
Oh
makahanap
yeah,
ako ng
confirmation
partner
bias pa rin.
Oo. Who's much of a problem as I am. Para fair.
Para hindi na talaga projection, totoo na talaga siya.
Totoo na talaga. Ang hirap pa pala no, pag Virgo ka kasi ang hanap mo sa tao yung fixable tapos ikaw yung problema.
Oo nga.
Sakit sa ulo.
It's just the worst combination ever.
You know what? I don't know how to fix myself, so I'll just fix others.
Oo.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Last sign.
When the seventh house begins in Pisces, matters of trust are of utmost importance for any healthy relationship a person might have. Beliefs will create destiny, while there is often some sort of mission one has to fulfill in order to find satisfaction and happiness. In many cases, this is a position that speaks of betrayal and strange partners, intimate bonds, ano daw? With people who are talented, artistic, but also unstable, lost, far away, psychologically challenged, or prone to substance abuse of some
May isasama pa pala yung 7th house namin ni Bert.
Ito yung
guys.
7th house in Pisces. 7th house in Pisces yung mga poor life choices. Poor life choices.
Ito yung talaga dapat sinishame bell eh. No? Parang, what's your 7th house? Pisces. Shame. Ting! Shame. Ting!
Oh my. Oh yeah, what's your 7th house? Pisces. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you.
So sorry. I'm gonna leave now and just say, make good choices.
Gusto ko yung sinabi na speaks of strange partners. So, tapos naisip ko, The Shape of Water.
But no.
Gaano ka strange, shokoy po siya.
Shokoy po siya. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
nawala ako.
Dependencies.
Dependencies are almost inevitable here until one learns about ways to believe in their own abilities and believe in others in the right way and with clearly set boundaries. There is a lot of emotion and romance here and for as long as the mind of these individuals don't meddle in matters of the heart, they will advance towards more and more fulfilling relationships through life. There is magic to
Mm.
this position, to the greatest potential for a fairy tale ending is hidden here. If only there is enough faith and devotion to reach the destination.
Ayun na nga. That's the problem. There you go.
But this is too,
That's,
as in opposite extreme siya. Ha? Either you go for the
oo.
wrong people or you get a happy, like a fairy tale ending.
Yeah.
Mm,
If you have enough faith and
grabe.
devotion to reach that. Or kung hindi ka pa mas-sway dun sa weird substance abuse nung pinili mong partner. Oh, ang hirap nito kung ano ka, no? Virgo sun siguro. No?
Yeah.
Kasi,
Oo, kasi yung expectations mo isn't up to your standards.
at saka, yeah, hindi, you have the tendency to fix them. That's why you always
Go for the
choose, that's why you always go for those people who need, Jesus ka ba?
Oh my God. Wait, sila yung mga tao na I like the bad boys. Ganon. Yeah.
Oo, ganyan.
Oh my God. Anong movie yun? I always choose the wrong person or something. I forgot.
Every
Practical
Catherine
magic.
Heigl movie.
Catherine Heigl.
Every Catherine Heigl movie is just me choosing the wrong person.
Sabi siya.
So, because of the practical magic. Si Nicole Kidman.
Oh, now I
But yeah, I
remember
agree,
it.
Catherine.
I remember it's not a movie pala. It's Sex in the City, Carrie Bradshaw. There's one episode
Mm.
with John Bon Jovi.
May isa pa. Charmed. Si Phoebe Halliwell.
Oh yeah.
Laging wrong
Yeah.
person.
Oh, and then she eventually ended with a fairy tale with Cupid.
With Cupid, yes.
So in fair, at least nabago yung
Yeah,
niya.
7,000 Pisces, Phoebe Halliwell.
Yes.
Ayan, so alam na natin kung bakit tayo mahirap mahalin, bakit mahirap tayo kabanding, at alam na namin ni Bern kung bakit hindi ka iniiwan. At
Dili
kung
na lang
bakit
ako mag-talk.
i-own mo na. Gagawin ko ng Twitter bio yon, kaya parang walang jowa kasi 7th house in Aquarius.
In fair, happy lang ako sa akin. 7th house in
Oo.
Holler people.
Papalit-palit ng jowa because 7th house in Aquarius.
Oo.
This is your warning sign.
Oo. Kasi akala namin, you're the problem, but apparently, we're the problem. Oo.
Pag
Ayun,
sinabing
so
it's
kung
not you, it's me talaga.
it's me talaga, hindi siya excuse. Oo. So mga ka-T natin dyan, if you are also the problem, pero nag-enjoy kayo sa episode na to, don't forget to follow us on Spotify and YouTube and click the bell icon on both platforms para ma-alert kayo for new episodes. Every week yan, may new audio episode on Spotify and new video on YouTube. And you can also tweet us kung nasaktan kayo sa episode na to as much as kami kasi masakit talaga yung mga basa na to. Parang other than the trauma episode, yun was just traumatizing. This is parang alam mo na yung problema. Alam mo na kung saan ka nagkamali. So, yan, i-tweet nyo sa amin or Facebook and Instagram at Tsaastrology para malaman din namin kung ano yung problema nyo sa mga relasyon. Ganon.
Oh my God,
Tapos,
it's compounded by the placement I have in the 7th house. It's Jupiter.
eh, di ba Jupiter yung gifts and luck? So,
Okay, and sabi dito, experience good luck and abundance in relationships. Have a happy-go-lucky attitude towards relationship. Needs a partner who expands their minds and opens up their opportunity. Need a lot of freedom in their partnerships. May have many partnerships. And are attracted to people with Sagittarius quality. Not necessarily Sagittarius, just the quality. Fuck that.
Alam mo na ngayon kung bakit tayo ganito. Bakit tayo malas sa pag-ibig. Or, well, hindi pala malas. Bakit tayo yung problema?
Mahirap lang talaga.
Challenged, ganun. Romantically challenged. But anyway, ayan, maraming salamat mga kati for listening. And don't forget to follow us on social media, on Spotify and YouTube and all of the other major podcast platforms out there. So, ayun, kita-kits na lang next week. Tatapusin na namin to kasi medyo masakit na. Malapit na akong umiyak. Hindi ko na kaya. So, ayan, para magpaalam na ako ang inyong sa astrologer na Virgo na si VP na nagsasabi kahit mayroong kahit hindi tama ang ginagawa sinta, basta bay kasama kita kahit kapiling mo pa siya.
Oh my God.
At ako ang inyong Tsaastrology na Sagittarius na si Inye na nagsasabing, if it's not you, it's probably the 7th house in Aquarius.
At ito naman po yung Astrologer Gemini na si Bern na nagsasabing, a guy like you should wear a warning. Bye!
That's me. Bye! Paalam! See you next week!